When I first started learning to trade, all I wanted to do was, well, trade. I didn't want to read more theory. I didn't want to wait for the right market conditions. I didn't want to do visualization exercises or light a scented candle to regulate my nervous system. I just wanted to get in there and throw some punches. But the kind of trading we do, scalping gold, using a mashup of indicators from multiple platforms, has one tiny inconvenience. You can't really backtest it. Not properly, not cleanly, not the way the backtesting bros on YouTube tell you to. Because some of our indicators are on TradingView, some are on MetaTrader 4, one's from Elite Algo, a couple come from Tono's Vault of Secrets, and the whole system is designed to be lived in, not simulated. There's no drag-and-drop environment where you can recreate the pace, pressure, and psychodrama of a real session on a real market with real capital. So that left me with only one option: learn by trading, in real time, in session. And that's when the rulebook came out. It said, you shouldn't trade unless market conditions are ideal. You shouldn't trade if you're tired, emotional, or distracted. You shouldn't trade unless you're in flow state with a green smoothie and a low resting heart rate. Great. So basically my rules were saying, don't trade. Because in the early days, I was always a little emotional. The market was never ideal, and my flow state was somewhere between caffeinated rage and quiet despair. But I was determined to be the one trader who could rise above it all, the one who could power through less than perfect conditions. I told myself, those rules are for weak-minded traders. I will train myself to ignore them. I will transcend. Spoiler, I did not transcend. Turns out, I was just doing what new traders do. I overestimated my resilience. I underestimated the market's indifference. And I thought rules were optional for people with vision. I wasn't training to become resilient. I was training to become delusional. The joke was on me. Because here's what I learned the hard way. If the market conditions aren't right, your edge isn't there. If your emotional state is off, your execution will suffer. If your ego says, I've got this, while your account says otherwise, guess who's right? There is no shortcut. There is no version of you that becomes immune to conditions. There is only the version of you that respects the craft, or blows up trying to shortcut it. But here's the good news. Eventually, I stopped fighting the guardrails. I stopped chasing every chart flicker as a learning opportunity. I stopped thinking I was the exception. And ironically, that's when I actually started learning. Not just how to trade, but how to show up like a trader. I'll wrap up with this final thought. If you're in that phase, desperate to trade, frustrated by rules, convinced that you're built different, you're not broken. You're just at the beginning. But take it from someone who tried to brute force his way through the mountain. The rules aren't your enemy. They're the rope that keeps you from falling off the cliff. You can either learn that by listening or by learning the way I did, one red session at a time. If you have found this video helpful, please click the like and subscribe buttons and hit the bell icon to be alerted whenever we publish something new. You can find more trading-related content at thebarcelonatrader.com. Thanks for tuning in.